All right. Oh, let's get the music on. Do not adjust your audio settings. It's mine. There we go. All right. We're about 30 minutes early, but I'm thinking I'm going to make it to where the stream starts anywhere between 1 and 2 as um, I normally get up. I sometimes get up a bit earlier, sometimes get up a bit later. I've been up for a little while getting ready. We did update in between streams. Well, I updated at the beginning today. Um, and we've gotten a new Voidcraft liquidation ability, which is now giving us holmium ore and a bunch of other stuff, which is what I was setting up over here. Now, can this do holmium ore? Yes, it can. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get this settled in. Start doing holmium ore liquidation to turn it back um, into void flux. Um, and then, of course, we're going to need to do an offshoot down like so. There we go. Now the holmium ore will be taken care of, much like the other ones. Anything else interesting that these can be melted down? Probably not. But the scrapyard now has its upgrade, thanks to the new update. Hopefully the update didn't break anything, but if it did, we'll find that out later. One thing I did do between at the beginning while getting ready for the stream, I did restrict each of these inputs to where they can only have so much, so that we're not filling these completely full. Mostly so that we can start getting a backlog of red circuits, blue circuits, and such, and start breaking those down for those parts. As we can see, we don't have a lot of plastic coming through right now, but that's because we don't get plastic normally from that situation. It normally comes from breaking down either low density structures or red circuits. So I have changed that process. Um, we might do a system that does plastics and such over in an oil area. I have not decided yet. I'm trying to avoid oil, which was one reason why I did all of this. But all of these are now restricted. It's not just a few of them, it's all of them. I might unrestrict them later, depending on how I feel. We're obviously still working on getting our epic level slime, which was something else I worked on. If we go ahead and run down here, I have upgraded a few of our areas to doing epic quality quality modules, and I am now destroying anything that is a rare quality. So we are now moving up to the epic quality modules instead of the rare quality modules. Like I said, we have everything running up here for this. I did notice that we have wood coming up here, which we're going to have wood coming up here to make the Voidcraft Science, the Tier 1 Voidcraft Science. One of the problems with doing this is I do not have shards coming up here at all. So we're going to need to get void shards. So I'm going to need create a void shard farm somehow to making those, which I believe the catalyst that was introduced some time ago does void shards. Let's see. Here we go. So we use this, and it's used in making 20 to 30 void shards with a 99% chance of getting the empty catalyst back. But we also have a chance at getting a ruptured void catalyst, which will detonate. So what is trash? Like, how does that work? Oh, that's nerve-wracking. We may need to do some testing with this. We also may need to bring in green circuits as well, crafted green circuits, which is always a possibility. What I may do is I may make them over here at this first level and then bring them down and then in. But I haven't decided yet. We have a lot to consider as far as how we will be keeping all of this stuff running, because obviously the throughput is not great. But we will be seeing that more of that when we get further along. So as of right now, it is not a concern. Did want to make say this at the beginning of the stream here. I do apologize for missing last week's stream. Some personal stuff came up in my life in the last minute's notice, and I had to cancel both last Sunday stream and last Monday stream. So I do apologize for that. But sometimes life becomes a thing, and I have to deal with that before I can deal with this. The other thing that we've been working on, or that I was working on before we got into that was what we did when we first started. I apologize, my brain is still trying to catch up with me, which is why I'm kind of letting this just run for a few minutes. We did, like I did say, we did start early today, so I am just letting the letting everything pile up. One thing I have been working on is I've been doing research, just basically letting the research tick over in the background. Thanks to our first base and all the research it has. Let's actually work on green circuits. We can start working on green circuits and show how things will be constructed. So what we're going to do is we're going to run down to here real quick, because here has green circuit set up. Oh wait, no, we don't want to use that, because we can use better. We can use these. Alright, so first things first. We want to come, like, let's say here. There. And go. That one there, and that one there. Now, I don't know if I think we technically planned for this. Let's see. 1, 2. What else were we planning on making? We have 3. What were all 3 were we planning on making? always possible. I was thinking about making space platforms. I don't know. I do not know. Oh, 3 will be more than enough then. Next, let's go ahead and put this probably starting here. And B. Problem with it is I highly doubt the green that the wires will make it all the way down there. It really didn't need to be this long. That's apparently having an active warning. There we go. And then, like I said, what we will do is go ahead and bring this down a few bits. Actually, let's bring this over a bit more. There we go. Now, turn this on, and now green circuits are being made relatively quickly. And yeah, like I said, this wires are not able to keep up. Looks like this is about as far as they're making it. We will go ahead and tear apart these. Go ahead and keep those going. That one's fine. What I basically want to do here is I want to keep everything flowing, and I want to let it stockpile like this. The main reason I want to let this stockpile is because of the fact that we'll have high moments of demand, and then we'll have low moments of need. So I'm wanting to stockpile it so that when we get to those high moments of demand, we can feed it. As we can see, green circuits are being made relatively quickly, which productivity is pushing it to the max. I could always put more epic productivity modules in. It does affect it, allowing us to make even more green circuits per, but obviously it's not super necessary. I also could put speed modules in here. Again, our issue is not, our issue is a throughput of copper wires coming in, so we won't be doing that. And actually, this is supposed to not, this isn't supposed to be a, that's supposed to be like that. Gotta turn this down just a little bit so that we can keep up. There we go. Probably go up to 4 if I wanted to, but this will work just fine. But yeah, like I said, obviously copper wires aren't keeping up. It's not going to. One of the reasons why doing copper wires on a belt isn't exactly a great idea, but we'll keep it going. I wonder if the next thing we should do is LDS. Bring down low density structures to keep low density structures full. How do we do plastics? Batteries break down into copper and iron, so we can go ahead and let batteries flow as well. LDS breaks down into plastic, so we want those. These break down into red circuits, so we want those. It is trying to make the decision on if I want to build red circuits, green circuits, if I want to build all the intermediates, or if I want to keep it going the way I was planning on going. There are benefits to both. And this was more of the test to see if this works. My initial thoughts are, no, this isn't going to work. The junkyard just does not produce enough. But we will keep going. I'd like to see how poorly it keeps up. Not to mention, this might be a good idea for a junkyard feeding a system that is dedicated to the system. The area of productivity modules being used might be possible here, just so that it does have a bit more of a throughput. Low on electricity. Let's go fix that. I was just thinking about that before this, that I might need to actually add in another There we go. Now we have our, now we have another one, which is going to push our energy productivity a little bit higher. Might just want to add in a few more just to be safe with the amounts. Not to mention there's a part of me that wants to know how far I could take this. Go ahead and let that run for a while. Low temperature. Oh, wait, no. No, it says low temperature. Are these getting that? No? So why is this low temperature? What's going on here? How did I never notice that these never connected? That is a major problem. Okay then. We need to fix that. So, turns out our power system is nowhere near good. This is a terrible setup. Wow, that doesn't even go up to the top. Problem with it is that these can't get over there. And there's, as far as I can tell, there's no way for me to fix that. Thanks to the way these are set up. I could bring it down here and put one down here, but it's just not going to work. This entire system is bugged. That is problematic. Alright. We have to take it apart. We have no other option. We'll have to do a redesign on that. Which is fine. It will not take long. Now, we are going to have a power issue if I let the system keep running the way it's running. But it shouldn't be too bad of a power problem. It should be relatively inconsequential. Not to mention the fact that we can just start it back up once we get ready. So, I'm going to run down here a bit so I have some planning room. Same as before. Actually, what I can do is I can do this. Place that down, and break you, break you, break you. There we go. So this is the reactor core, which will feed the entire system. What I'd like to do now for the thermals. One, two, need to be three. Yeah, that'll work. 2, 3. That's 48. How many did I set up in this system? The answer is 48. No! Oh wait, undo. There we go. So here. Water pipes, water pipes. I did just realize that our reactors are probably up and running now. Yep. Go ahead and cut all of this. Work? No, it does not. Different design. What if we do it down the center? And then have 1, 2, 1, 2. Then 1, 2, 1, 2. And what we can do is probably won't need that many of them, but maybe. Now is that working? Yes, it is. C4. Based on our old design, 87. So it was 64. So it needs about 20 more turbines added in. I don't know where my blueprint went. That was way more than 20. $56. Another group of those. And that brings us up to our, that brings our power grid back to normal. How many of these are there? 96. So, take off another 8. 88. That'll be more than enough. We have a couple extra turbines, but that's fine. I don't mind a couple extra turbines. That'll just burn off the steam a little bit faster. And now that this is up and running, our circuit network will keep the reactors fueled without giving them too much. There's times I wish I could make blueprints that are irregular shaped, kind of like I used to do in paint. Bring that back. I need that. Yeah, go ahead, put that. And that'll bring our second set of reactors back. Our second set of reactors online, or this is like our third set now, which will then kick our power grid up another bit. Producing over a gigawatt. There we go. Now the second set of reactors is online, and the circuit network will take over and controlling how much fuel it's getting, so that we're not over-fueling the reactors and we're not burning through our fuel very quickly, which shouldn't be a problem since we have plenty of fuel being made. Out of curiosity, can nuclear factory fuel be made in anything in special? Nope. I was wondering if maybe we could get a productivity bonus on it. Not like we need it. Alright. Back to the new base, now that our power supply has been fixed. Green circuits are full. Go ahead and start letting in red circuits again. Plastics are full. Go ahead and start letting plastics in fully. Alright. Thinking engines will be next. I'm thinking that because pipes are going to be, is something I could take out completely if we make engines. So let's go ahead and do some engine work. Oh, we have some epic quality put those in there and let's get some more epics. Alright, so like I said, let's do engines. So to make engine units, we only have the single recipe, as far as I'm aware, which is made in a normal crafter. Alternative recipes, we have void engines, which we're not going to be making with void because, as we found, even the void recipe, while the void recipes are good, they're less efficient to keep them to where it's better to craft it from scratch, and we do have the material to craft it from scratch, and that was the plan originally, so we will be crafting it from scratch. Steel, iron gears, and pipes. We'll finally be using up those pipes that we have. In an assembly 3 bench. Okay. So, first things first, let's go ahead and throw down a RoboPort over here so that the robots can get over here if they need to. Our bot network completely filled up. Not you. Don't want to lose that to the bot network, I'll never find it. So next, let's go with a setup. And then it'll be 1, 2, 3. And then a sorter. And then one of these. So right about there is where it's going to start. We'll go ahead and do maybe that many. Engine units. One, two, three. There, and down to there. I'd build another substation. Oops. Pick that one. This, and this. We're gonna hope that it can fill up to these. If it can't, then we'll have to, we'll shorten it down as much as we need to. There. Most likely the bulk inserter issue is because the base is sending those. There they come. Alright. Oh. This wants steel, gears, and pipes. Let's see what the first one we run into is. Plates, steel, gears, realized that was going to be a problem. Go ahead and remove that one. Yep. Pipes. Oh. Oh wait, no, steel. God, it still goes in the same direction, even though it's the other side, because of the way it meets the belts. Gears. Yep. All right. So steel, which again I forgot that doesn't need to be there. That needs to be there, 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 and there. Have the gears. Gotta love the bot swarm. Oops. That brings us our engines. Which, of course, the next thing to do with that, now that we have engines, one, two, three, four. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now we have engines being made. Yep, it was able to hold it. Next thing to do. What we might do is we might do productivity modules with these. Or speed modules. And it's a consideration. I'm gonna throw in speed modules. We'll see if it can keep up. Probably won't be able to, but it'll be interesting to see how well it keeps up with all of those. All right. that takes care of engines now. Which, if we look into our engines real quick, the things that we will need from engines that'll be important are going to be electric engines and chemical science. Electric engines are still needing to be crafted, which electric engines go into our robot frames, which then go into yellow science. So we still need to do electric engines. And then, of course, blue science, chemical science is chemical science, which we're trying to get all the sciences. So that'll be part of our importance there as well. This is starting to feel like the Factorio grind, though, where I'm having to fight off progression paralysis even more. Because I can definitely say I'm starting to feel it. Just a desire to sit here and just be like, well, I can tweak this setting, I can get this improved, and I can improve this, and just slowly not wanting to continue with the process. Not because I'm not enjoying it, I'm enjoying it just fine. It's just, it becomes more and more of a pain to grow bigger and bigger. What I could do is I could run engines into the center and then have them take the place of pipes. That would be an option. Can't say I would think it'd be a great option, but it'd be an option. I think we'll continue as is. Engines are only going to be used in 2 things anyway, so I could easily replace engines now with another option. See, the design of this base is starting to just show its problems. The main issues being that doing everything like this is a problem. Because there are things I still needed that I did not have. Wondering if we should do that. Build another base. Maybe we should move to a train base automatically. Then we'd have to get a train blueprint book, which I could go grab real quick. The good news about this game, though, is even when you're hitting progression paralysis like I currently am, you're still making progress because everything is still running. You're still making progress even if it's slow progress. Sadly, it's not like with games like Satisfactory, where when I'm hitting progression paralysis and my brain is starting to fight me on it, I can go do exploration. With this, there is no exploration to be done. We know what the world looks like beyond our borders. It's also the other reason why biters being a thing in the base game actually makes a little bit of sense. It breaks up the monotony of constantly working on progression. Are we ever going to... Am I ever going to need to actually build these? Probably should. What we will do is we aren't going to build these, because I don't think they're going to be as necessary. We'll do this for everything else. So we'll start working on getting copper, stone, coal, and wood set up in this process, so that we have it ready. Yeah, that's what we'll do. That's what we'll work on next. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and copy this. then it's copper, stone, coal, and wood. Copper, stone, coal, wood. Yep. Oh wait, no. Mistake. Stone. Coal. Finally, wood. So copper can go here. Oh, wait, no. For some reason I thought that was aligned. Coal. Wood. Okay, undergrounds. And finally wood. I will go through and fix them in a second. Now this wants to be if it's greater than, let's say 10,000. One is for wood. This lets it out if it's greater than 1,000, which actually this should be 5,000. And this should be 25,000. Or 2.5 thousand. And then this one should be 10,000. So this one should be 5. This one should be 25,000. 500. And this one should be 5,000. And then we do the same thing here. 5,000. And this one is 5,000. And then this can just let it flow in like crazy. There we go. Now that takes care of stone, copper, stone, coal, and wood, so that there's always a constant flow of pure coming in from somewhere, which stone is fine. Now we are running into an issue of the Coriolis fluid not being enough again. My guess is that's probably from a lack of plates, which is coming from a lack of plate production. So we could create more plates, which is probably a good idea, because we are going to need to make sure that that the plates are being kept up. But I'd like to make I probably should do a redesign of this. So what we'll do is we'll do this. This is progression paralysis at its best. I am not wanting to produce, to improve the systems I currently have up and running. So instead of improving them, I'm just sitting here, or not. I don't want to make more progress. So instead of making more progress, I'm going around and optimizing the things I already have set up. Do I need to optimize this? Maybe. Is it as important as making more progress? Arguable. All right, so if we take this out real quick, this up to full speed so that it's constantly doing as fast as it can. Oops, my mistake. One thing we're going to do real quick is we're going to bring this up. Then we're going to bring this under, and we're going to bring this over. All right. Next. Alright, next we want to set up the plates. Put this in here, we're going to say no more than 500. And this is just so that it doesn't overflow the amount of plates that are in there. Because that's the last thing we want to have happen. Put these back in, filter them for being like ore. Wrong way. There we go. Now the prismatic ore will be crafted as it's needed. Well, will now be sent down here. All we need to do now is set this up with a power connection. Now, I am realizing I messed this up. I'm trying to decide if I want to build another setup for it. Yeah, we might as well. That was a bad decision. Go ahead and break you. Then we'll go ahead and cut you. There we go. And then what we can do is there, 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 and then again connect it to power. There we go. That'll work. And now we have our plates coming in a lot faster and a lot better. Which then will help us with creating our throughput of coreless fluid, which will then bring this back up to the amount we needed. Good enough. Oh, it's missing all of the things. That's why. Missing all of the speed modules. Alright, the quality modules are all set properly. So let's go ahead and do the productivity modules so that we can start getting better productivity modules. Alright. We're going to be ready to make some progress, or am I going to want to go do more progression paralysis? The options, the thing about it is that the options that we could easily go with are, we could easily continue pushing with this base. I know it's not going to be a great base, but it is going to be progress. Or, I could use the process we have now to start building a train base, because I'm thinking a train base will be better. And I was wondering about this while off camera. We do have the LTN Logistics Train Network mod installed, so we will be using that for our productivity. And I'm thinking that that's probably going to be the better option, is to go ahead and start working with trains instead of going with we go with trains, it'd be better. Didn't even know you could build explosive uranium cannon shells. I wonder how effective those are. I don't really play with biters all that often. I probably need to. Oh, what's happened? Why'd you stop? Getting enough flux. Why are we not getting enough flux? Is the flux not coming in through here anymore because we're not getting enough flux built up? No, we cut the pipeline. Please. There we go. Now the junkyard should be fueled. Yep. It's the other reason why progressive paralysis is sometimes a good thing. Sometimes you run around noticing things are wrong with your factory. But we have the benefit of going to a train network. I'm not saying like we destroy this base. We could keep this base up and running and continue making progress on it where we can. But what we could do is we could build like a train network down here. Hey, I'm doing good for this run. I'm actually doing pretty good for this one, Run Wolf. It does. Like I like every time I look at this, I like keep thinking about how it looks like a piece of like it looks like a circuit board. It's really strange. Like I'll never get over how whenever I build like this, it ends up looking like a circuit board. I'm trying to decide if I want to go to a train base instead of doing this because I'm noticing issues with the current um, base design, with just the fact that it's like it's going to end up being a problem eventually if I keep going like this because the throughputs are just not enough. It must be circuit board-esque. Not if I turn it into a train base. If I start building a train base, it might not look like a circuit board anymore. What is this getting on about? What is it? Why is it? It doesn't seem like it's making progress. No, it's making progress. Just making slow progress. At first, I thought maybe we weren't getting white science anymore because we weren't getting white. Because at first, I forgot that our research satellite is still actually running. True, true. No, because everything inside of the train loops would look like circuit boards at the end. You tell how little planning I did with the fact that there's parts at the end here with this base. I was trying to do a lot better with this one, which like it wasn't a bad plan. It didn't unfold the way I wanted it to. Logistics is my nightmare. Good, good. It's been going well so far. Glad to be on my weekend finally. Work was a pain, but I'll talk to you about that later. I mean, that's why it's called work. That's why you get paid for it, right? If work is not a pain, there's a problem. Something like that. Oh, uncommons. I think that's my biggest thing with wanting to tear a base down, is I always feel like if I tear the base down, it'll help me clear my mind, because I'm clearing the world. Because even I'm like forgetting how I got to this point, like how I made all of this progress. It's definitely not something I remember doing, and not something I have an easy time believing I was capable of. Alright, I know what we're gonna do. I've been meaning to do this for a while, and it's gonna take us a second to do it, so we're gonna do it. Let's see. Where is it? These can be crafted as is. These. What? I just fill them with. What do I just fill them with void? Hmm. I think we can make these without much problem. So gears, aurichalcum, and prismatic plates. We have aurichalcum coming to us. I think we have gears coming to us. I don't see them. We might make gears something that we ask for, but I need prismatic plates. And then let's go ahead and ask for gears as well, just so the system can give us some gears. It might go boom, and it might go boom big. Wait a minute. Am I being a fool? Does this take a research I haven't done yet? Yes, it does. Ah. Very well then. There we go. We're gonna see how big this explosion is. Well, that's one way to make an atomic bomb. I thought I already... maybe I didn't have those. I could have sworn I thought I did. The idea behind doing a train base, I have this logistics network train setup, which is basically a book of all these different track types. Different ways of connecting track and stuff like that. Mostly because I'm not very good at setting up a train network myself. So, we do have the assistance of Lucifer Senpai's track design. I also like the fact that it snaps to a grid, so it's easy to keep track of. But not yet. Eventually. Maybe. Let's see. Wow. I must have a pretty big stockpile of some of these researches. Tempted to make this bigger. Bit of a pain now though to increase its size. Let's go with another thing. One, two, three, four. It's 2 with a fluid recipe. One, 2, and 3. What if we did like this? And do this. And then there, 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 and there. End up putting that up a lot farther than it needed to be. Another one. Again, I forgot to set up the some of the inserters prior to placing down the blueprint. B. There we go. Now we just need the lubricant. Tempting. There we go. Can't say it's a great design, and I can't say it will make electric units quickly. But it will make electric units. We do not need this many of these down here. That'll probably be more than enough. It makes like 102 a second. Is that 100%? No, 85%. That's like 400 a second. That's 30, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 3, 6, 9, 12. So 42 second, and we have about 400. So, yeah. Oh, 420. It's a little bit on the underside, but that's fine. What we'll do to make it better is we'll throw a tank in here to let it stockpile it, and then it'll have plenty. So that gives us our electric engines. We will most likely be cutting the stream early today. My brain is not in it right now. What we will be looking at is we will be finishing this, and we will be finding out what these explosive capsules do, so that we can start considering using them, since we do need shards, and they're one of the better ways to get shards. Because we're going to need the void shards for making a lot of our science packs and our gemstones. So, and while there's a lot of ways to make them, the capsule might be our easiest way that is a foolproof strategy in making them. But looks like that finishes our research for it. We can now craft a void file, which it looks like it's just putting... I'm trying to figure out how we make them, because I'm not seeing how we make them. Do I make 5 of them? Nope. Got it off. So, it says it's made in a centrifuge. How do I fill it? Where is the void file? Used in this one. Okay, so it needs to go into Primordial Void Forge in order for us to fill it. I haven't actually made any of these yet. We're gonna need some nuclear fuel. Grab some nuclear fuel. Go to here, here. Go down and grab some nuclear fuel. Primordial torch. Here it is. Alright. We're gonna fly out into the void ocean for a bit. You ever wonder what this is? Like errors. Probably where it's probably where the game has been trying to update, and so it's making the landfill. I think it's weird though that it's like almost like shielding. Oh, it's a visual glitch. Into the lines. Never-ending void ocean. And they're gone. How far do you think we need to go? Alright. Go ahead and save this here. Alright, so this is the primordial void torch. Void capture. Now, there is a percentage chance of this making one of these unstable ones, which would be bad. I'm not going to make one of them. Alright, so we are this far away from our base. If this destroys my base, I will be very upset. We get away from it. Minutes. Seconds. 30 seconds. 15. 14. 10. 5. 'Did it destabilize? Oh, it did, but it takes 30 seconds after it destabilizes for it to explode. Five. Okay, so it's not that big. It's not great, but it's not that big. I thought nuclear explosions cause pollution. Now the question is, can I pick up my landfill? No, that is now a permanent feature in my world. Okay, so it's not as big as I thought it was. I was expecting it to be a lot bigger than that. Because from the way the mod maker was talking, I thought it was going to wipe out my entire base. So, it's nowhere near as big as I was expecting. I'd actually never seen one of those explosions in my game, so I wasn't exactly sure what we were expecting. So we might use those, maybe. And just have an express belt that it moves it far away from my base. Maybe. Probably put it up here somewhere. But like I said, we're going to be cutting the stream early today. My brain is not in the thinking mode, so it's not going to be able to be. We're not gonna make a whole lot of progress today if I keep streaming. So it's just gonna end up being a pretty lackluster stream if I keep going. I will do some thought process over the week, try to decide what we're going to do to make this better. We might just go to a train base. We might not. We might continue pushing with this. I haven't decided yet, and right now my brain's not in that thing, not in the process of being able to think about it. Did make some progress today. Electric engines, normal engines, a green circuit to feed the green circuits, and a lot of research getting done. So we're getting closer and closer to finishing all the research in the game. I might continue to push research off camera just so that we continue to make the progress, but it's literally just going to be me sitting here waiting for the progress bar to make its way across the screen. But if you guys enjoyed the stream, please hit that like button. It helps me know that this series is something that you guys are enjoying and that you guys want to continue. Not to mention, it motivates me to keep making Factorio content. If you have anything you'd like to make suggestions about, maybe you want to give me what you think about going to a train base instead of continuing on with this main bus base, or if you can think of something else that would be a good strategy to help me get past progression paralysis. Or if there's anything else you guys want to see, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll see y'all on the next one.